I'm Jacqueline, a professional hat maker and milliner with over 3 decades of hat making and millinery experience. And in today's video, I'd like to explain to you why, if you base your fitted hat pattern, and a fitted hat pattern could be a sun hat, it could be a bucket hat, if you base your hat pattern on a circle, your pattern is faulty from the beginning and you're going to have problems. I see people teaching this all over the internet. I see people selling patterns based on a circle all over the internet. And if you are a student and you're wanting to learn how to make a hat and you're learning from this, you're at a great disadvantage, because the truth is that this pattern is faulty. This is not engineered to fit the head. This is engineered to fit a bucket or a bowl. As I said, as a hat maker or as a milliner, your only job is to service the human head. And the human head is an oval. It is not a circle. What I'd like to explain to you is that if you create your hat pattern based on a circle, simply by doing that, you have broken the size-fit ratio to the head, because this is never going to fit your head properly. So hat patterns that have been created with a circle, you can identify them quite easily by the brim of the hat has this kind of wave to it. And the reason it has that wave to it, generally on the side of the hat, it shows that the construction is completely off-center in the hat. As a professional, as soon as I see that wave happening on the brim of the hat, I know that that pattern of hat has not been properly engineered for the head. I know and I can see that a distortion has occurred because the pattern has been based on a circle and not an oval. And I also know, people who do this, they say they like that wave. But from a professional standpoint, when I see that, I see fault. It's like seeing a cracked egg. It's broken. And it's the wearer. At the end of the day, it's the one who bought the hat from you. It's the one you gifted the hat to that's going to suffer the most. As an adult, you might be okay with that. Please do not do that to a child. Do not create children's hats based on a circle, because children, their heads are still growing. They should never experience that pressure on the head. And if you have a little baba at home, you're taking them to the beach or taking them outside, you're doing the right thing as a parent in protecting them from the sun. And at the end of the day, you take that hat off and there is a line across there. It's not acceptable, because the fit of the head should go over the entire head. There should be no creased indentation on the forehead. It's wrong. Especially for me, especially for little ones who cannot perhaps vocalize, ouch, mommy, ouch, I live in South Africa. We have a beach. We have beaches. We're surrounded by beaches. And I often see little people with sun hats that are way too tight. And the reason they're too tight is because their mothers or fathers have measured their head. They've gone then to buy the hat, but the hat is made in a circular form, which means the fitment of the head is completely wrong, and the baba is going to experience pressure points here and pressure points here. And you'll see the brim go all wavy on the sides. As soon as you see that wave, you'll know this is not engineered properly for the head. I know I keep saying the same things over and over and over again, but I think it's really important. It's not just an aesthetic problem. It's a physical problem for the wearer. And an ill-fitted hat like this, it can cause headaches, it can cause migraines, And it's unacceptable because the hat is on the head to protect you. It's not on your head to harm you. And I think that's really important. So please just check out that if you're having pressure on the head like that, something needs to be done. Just to prove my point about what I was saying about the tip and what happens with the brim, I have just created these. So here we have our round circular structure. As you can see, fits perfectly for our head sizing. So the base of this is circular. Okay, and then we have one where I've created like the oval. So this is more of an oval, with the back of the oval being wider than the front of the oval. I should have created another one like this, and I think this would actually be the best option, but I didn't get to it. So next, if we take Henry right here, and we place the circular base on Henry's head, look what happens. So this is what happens when you create your pattern as a circle. Now this is just sitting on the head. It's not actually gripping to the head. Let's put it on the head as though it were properly sitting on the head, and look what happens, everyone. So now I'm going to push down as though this was a fitted hat. And there we go. Can you see what's happened to that brim? Can you see how it's gone all wonky? And why has it gone wonky like this? It's gone wonky because that circle has had to distort. You see? Look at the size. Look at that side of the brim. This is what happens to the brim of a sun hat when it's been engineered incorrectly. It gets this wavy kind of look to it. And why has it got that wavy look to it? Because the circle has now been forced into a false oval by the head, a kind of grooving which leaves this distorted. But in distorting the hat, there's so much pressure here now. And this is your forehead, everyone. There's so much pressure against this forehead now. Please don't do this to little people. It's because it's unacceptable, honestly. There's no reason to do this. And also, even though, look at it, even though it has been distorted so that the circle is now pulling front to back in order to fit the head, I can still get a finger in here. I can still get my finger through here. And another finger through there. Look at that. My fingers are coming straight through. Let's take that off. Thank you, circle. We don't like you. And then let's try the oval. So this oval is an irregular oval. In other words, the back is wider than the front. And this is just sitting on the head. Let's pull it down as though it were the hat. And there we go. Can you see how that brim is now? Look at that. I would also just say we don't have a crown on this, and if we did have a crown on this, that little bit of gapping on the sides that we can see would be filled up with the lining as well as the crown centered on top of the hat. But the fact that we have that little bit of gapping is acceptable. I cannot get a finger in there. I can't get my finger through the gap, which tells me that that's acceptable. I can feel that the pressure is not on the forehead here, although it's fitted. It's just, there we go. Oval, circular. Okay. It's just very badly engineered. Very badly engineered. I would say this is basic 101 hat making. Is really just respecting that the head is an oval and it's not a circle. And if you create your patterns as circles, you are in fact creating a faulty pattern. You are not creating a pattern that is going to properly and ergonomically fit the head. And in doing that, it is the one who wears the hat, the wearer, the buyer, your customer, who is going to suffer the most and more than likely not return because they did not receive the best product from you, because the product is essentially faulty. Let me just also say, I've watched hundreds of videos on YouTube, because I'm so in awe of people who are able to make videos. I'm a complete newbie to the whole video thing, but I do have the experience of the hat making. I know my hat making, 30 years of learning this. So my videos might not be as good as other people, but my information is correct. And if you're a student, I think it's better to learn the correct way than become completely frustrated that your patterns are never fitting together. I've watched hundreds of videos, as I said, and I don't think I have seen one video, not one video, that creates a hat in the same, or a fitted hat like this, fitted hat in the same procedure as I do. Not one video. Not from the pattern, not from the way it's engineered in terms of fabrics and fusings, and not in the way that it is sewn together. Every stage of that procedure, as a professional, I have not seen one person teaching the professional way in which I make a hat. And I think it must be, I feel for students, because it's, hat making is not easy. So at the very least, you need to be taught the correct procedure in order to feel that you're actually getting somewhere in this profession. And that's why I'm doing this video, because this is wrong. It's that simple. It's wrong. I'm not here to bring other people down. I'm here to teach. And through my professional experience, the circular hat is not designed for the human head. It's designed for a bucket, or it's designed for a bowl. And so if you're a hat maker and you're basing hats for the human head on a circle, then you're not doing your job. And it's really that simple. Please leave a comment below and I'll steer you in the right direction, or I can also possibly do a video. Thank you for watching, and if you've lasted till the end, thank you for watching. I promise my videos will get more professional as we go along, but I think the most important thing right now is that the information about hat making is professional and the proper information, and hopefully my videos will improve with some time. Thank you and God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.